A high value man also understands personal responsibility. These people out here that claim to be high value men, if you listen to them, they always play the blame game on people.
I got a question. When you talk about yourself as a high value man, was it a high value undercover? Would you say it was a high value what was the prices and whatnot? Okay. Because they don't take cards down there. You know what I mean? So if you going with high value, you know, I don't think they haggle neither. So value ain't even in their vocabulary. Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and I'm troubled. MAGA influencer, January 6th Capitol riot participant among hundreds arrested in Polk County, pro-sting. A January 6th Capitol riot participant and self-described MAGA influencer were among hundreds of people arrested in an undercover multi-day operation in Polk County. Sheriff Grady Judd provided details on the operation Polk Around and Find Out. Who named that? Who named Polk Around and Find Out? Pretty good. That's pretty good. But wait a minute. It sounds like they found out before they poked around. They didn't really get a chance to poke around. They was trying to poke around, but they found out first. Did the leopards eat their condoms? Craig Long and Ryan Yates are both facing solicitation charges. As for Long, his official X profile says he's MAGA to the core and has more than 500,000 followers on TikTok, as well as more than 80,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. Craig, who you go to the sting with last night? You ain't got to lie, Craig.
You ain't got to lie.
No, because my sister-in-law's baby cousin Tracy got picked up in the sting, and she said you was there all hugged up with some undercover.
Now tell me who she was.
Craig, you got arrested on your day off? You gotta be a stupid mother. So wait a second here. You're telling me that some of the people telling us to move on from Epstein might be involved with trafficking themselves? I'm totally shocked. I can't believe it. I mean, he did say he was MAGA to the core. And ain't nothing more MAGA.
He's right, you know.
Then there's Craig Long we arrested. He's 41. Some of you may recognize him. He's an influencer. He also owns Craig Long Fitness in Tampa. He was seeking the services of a prostitute. Did I tell you that he's married? That he's got 125 followers on Instagram, 568 followers on TikTok? Well, I'm going to give him some content for his social media today.
Grady Judd, you baiting him by saying he had 125. You baiting him? I just want to see if he's going to correct me. I just want to see. Oh, no, sir. That's 1,000. That's 1,000. Yeah, that was me. That was me. That's nasty work right there. Hey, did you get a workout in before you went down to the sting? And you might be able to fix up the gym equipment they have down in county, because that can use some work.
He was a previous felon who straightened up.
Grady Judd, don't say he straightened up. Don't say he's. That was the problem. That he was too straight. That was the problem. Had he stayed crooked, we wouldn't be here.
Really what we want to see in life. Now he's an influencer. You know, he moves in big circles, even with the president.
You gotta love it, right? You gotta love it. And how long ago was that? How long ago was that picture with the president? This pervert was with Trump 3 weeks ago. MAGA influencer Craig Long has been arrested after being caught in a trafficking sting. He was just pictured with Trump and Trump Jr. at a UFC fight in Miami on April 11th, 2026. You was trying to get that preemptive pardon, huh? You was trying to, yeah, you was trying to clear the way. Is that what that was?
This is a photograph with the president and his son not long ago. Now, we like to see people who make mistakes early in life, and he had a long history straighten up. We like the fact that he likes the cops. Heck, he liked them so much, he got caught up in a sting and got to be up and real close with the cops.
It was a regular ride along. It was a regular. Oh, so you was undercover too. Is that what it is? You was undercover. It was a reverse. It was a Uno reverse card that he played.
We asked what his attitude was. They said, oh, he had a great attitude. He appreciates law enforcement. Well, there you go. You got arrested in a human trafficking sting. Influence that for a while.
He having fun. Nah, he having too much fun. He having. Hey, did you reject his request to be on your platform or something? Influence that though? No wonder MAGA backed off the Epstein files. So many of them implicated in trafficking. Craig Long is a MAGA influencer who got busted in a human sting. Seen here with Protector Trump. Influence that, MAGA. That was well done. That was well done. And what'd you call him, a protector? Hey, somebody tell Dan Bongino he got company. Matter of fact, Craig, why don't you tell him? Craig Long, Dan Bongino's friend? Damn. Dan Bongino, it ain't nothing but bad news out here for you. Hey, on the bright side, now you got a good story for your podcast. And I heard you fell out the rankings. Now you can get him down there and he can bring his 125 followers. Bongino, come get your boy. Hey, Dan, is that why you were so mad when they ran up on you at the bottom of the steps? Huh? Did you know this was coming? And how you going to protect them from outside the FBI? How that work? Did he reach out to Cash? He didn't answer? I hear that happens. I hear that happens. Did they go get the breaching equipment? Craig Long, the guy who was at the White House Easter egg roll with all those kids? Craig, you the one that put that money in that egg? Are you the one that put the money in that egg and rolled it at the bunny because you saw the junk in the trunk? Was that you? Huh? We didn't have no suspects, but, you know, influence that. I can tell you one thing. Everything you got up is going to hit way different now after this.
People always holler police reform. I always say before we can have police reform, we need culture reform. If we want to talk about prison reform, we need to talk about personal reform too. What's your personal value system that you, what's your personal principles and values that you live off of? Do you have value systems of respecting yourself? If you respect yourself, then you will need to respect other people as well. So before we can even have any type of reform, people need a personal reform.
Craig, I got a question. When you say personal reform, has that kicked in yet? Is that what happened in the back of the squad car, or is personal reform the name of one of the undercovers or something like that?
Which is a personal responsibility reform. Learning that, hey, things are going to get hard. Understanding things are hard, but I made them hard. It wasn't the system that made it hard. I made them hard.
Craig, I'm gonna have to jump in one more time. So you said it wasn't the system that made it hard? You the one that made it hard? So he can't claim entrapment. He can't claim. He said he made it hard himself. So he brought this whole situation. Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Hey, Grady, I told you him straightening himself out is the problem. He said himself he made it hard.
So before we can get into any of that, we have to get into, well, how did the individual change? Was he ready, willing, and able to change his own self? I could have easily, when I was locked up, fell right into the enterprises that go on in prison. You have the personal, again, it always goes back to the individual. You have the personal responsibility, the personal choice. God gave us all the ability to decide, make a decision for ourselves.
Okay. So he wants you to know he made that decision. He made that decision. Okay. He had 2-factor authentication on that decision to go down there to that sting. Yeah, that was him. That was him. Well, good. Good on you for taking ownership. You know, that is important. I just hope that you have some integrity about the stances that you have taken in the past. I don't know what they may have been, but they're going to hit a little bit different now.
Seeing the left wake up and realize in real time that one of their own was just not a good guy is very interesting and funny to me. I wonder how many more are disappointed in Eric Swalwell.
That's not a flex. What did the left do when they found out one of their own wasn't a good guy? Eric Swalwell was the front runner for governor of California, and they booted him out in 3 days. And what does the right do when they find out one of their own isn't a good guy? They party with him. They hang with him. They kiss up to him. They buy his merch. They worship him. You idolize the bad ones on your side, and the left kicks them out. Now tell me, what did you do here exactly? Now this bootlicking sellout is Craig Long, and I told you guys plenty of times over the years, he is a shit human being. He's a horrible human being. I told you guys. I don't have any of those videos right now because they're on my old accounts that got banned. Eric Swalwell got caught being inappropriate with ladies and cheating on his wife. Yes, that's true. But answer me this question, Craig. Who dis? You got arrested in a sex sting. You talk all this shit and you gotta pay for it? People, this is how stupid, shitty people are. They all wear MAGA hats. Why would you do that when we all know it's a confession? We just don't always know what you're confessing to. Now, you are caught being a typical MAGA in Polk County, Florida. Let's hear what the sheriff has to say.
He's an influencer. He also owns Craig Long Fitness in Tampa. He was seeking the services of a prostitute. Did I tell you that he's married? Well, I'm going to give him some content for his social media today.
The sheriff put you on blast. Did I tell you he was married? I love this guy. That was Sheriff Grady Judd of Polk County, Florida. And how refreshing is it to see a sheriff who does his job? How weird is it that the worst sheriff I know is in my county in California, but this one is in Florida? That's a little backwards. Did I tell you he was married? And did you guys notice the name of the operation? Poke around and find out. Man, I wish MJ was here for this one. People still being MAGA after everything we've seen is a confession.
These people have zero morals, man. No moral compass whatsoever. Just delusional and angry and just intolerable, man. They all just resemble the same attributes, man. It's funny to me.
Yeah, he earned that. He earned that. And you know what else? Just wait till all the people you done gone back and forth with in the past get a load of this.
Craig Long, MAGA influencer and Donald Trump fluffer, was caught in a scandal and human trafficking in Florida, Polk County this week. And it turns out that he had made a video about me, which I think is freaking hilarious. It turns out that Craig Long did not like my Leave Your MAGA Husband campaign, and it hurt his big feelings.
is saying that it is time for you to leave your MAGA boyfriend and MAGA
There's
husband.
nothing
But
funnier
before you do,
than a
make sure you
MAGA
cheat
man
on them
getting
first.
busted in a human trafficking operation who's trying to shit on my Leave Your MAGA Husband campaign. P.S. This is your reminder to leave your MAGA husband. This man just got caught in a human trafficking sting, and he thinks that my Leave Your MAGA Husband campaign is a bad idea. That's an endorsement, in my opinion. He literally is endorsing my campaign for me because he's the type of man who is MAGA, and he got caught in a human trafficking sting in Polk County, Florida. Leave your MAGA husband. Leave your MAGA husband, but cheat on him first.
Damn. Craig, had she taken her advice, had your wife taken her advice, she wouldn't be out here in this situation now, would she? Huh? You gonna mess around and have all the MAGA men living in the movie Chirac? Honestly. Was this you?
Man, this woman probably cheated on every single man, regardless if he was MAGA. These people have zero morals, man. No moral compass whatsoever. Just delusional and angry and just intolerable, man. I mean, this is just across the board. All of them that I display, they all just resemble the same attributes, man. It's funny to me. She's probably upset that, you know, there's no liberal men out there for her because they're too busy cooking. They're too busy trying to be damn women, right? She don't want to talk about her side. Oh, and by the way, boo-boo, MAGA women, they're not attracted to liberal men. You know, wearing skinny jeans and doing glute raises all day long that are effeminate and can't even change a daggone tire. They're not interested in them. So that's what your problem is. You're just mad and angry because the MAGA men don't want you.
This is awkward. Honestly, this is awkward. You talking about liberal men doing glute raises and squeezing into skinny jeans and not paying for it. That's awkward. Woo, boy. And by the way, you knew a whole lot about what goes on down there. Yeah, you sure enough did. You sure enough did. No, I don't think the MAGA's gonna like this. They don't like, they never like a mirror thrown their way.
I'm about to be brutally honest, and you may or may not like what I have to say. When it comes to corruption and evil and perverse people, that is not one-sided when it comes to the political spectrum. They are as much on the left as they are as much on the right.
Excuse me. What the left got to do with this here? Huh? What the left got to do with this here? Yeah, that's right. Now is when y'all like to both sides. Tell your story.
And that brings me to this.
There's Craig Long we arrested. He's 41. Some of you may recognize him. He's an influencer. He also owns Craig Long Fitness in Tampa. He was seeking the services of a prostitute. Did I tell you that he's married? That he's got 125 followers on Instagram, 568 followers on TikTok.
The individual he's referring to is Mr. Craig Long. He was amongst over 200 individuals that were part of a sex trafficking sting in the state of Florida. And as you know, he is MAGA. And for anyone that isn't going to call out this type of evil that's on this side of the political spectrum, on the right, shame on you. Because the moment we become biased and blind to the wrongdoings on our political sides of the spectrum, we are also part of the problem.
Now, I picked up what you was putting down. I definitely picked up what you was putting down. You landed in a much better place than you started. I will give you that one. On the other hand,
you know, we got some of my favorite content creators on here tearing his ass up, and rightfully so. However, I feel different about the situation. People been buying since the beginning of time. It's the oldest profession in the world. One thing I can say, I'm not saying that it's a good thing. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I'm glad to hear that it wasn't a child that it wasn't, little boys' butt or little girls that he was buying.
Okay, a couple things. To her point about it being the oldest profession, I challenge that. I challenge that because ain't no way they set up shop back in the day and it was an orderly line. It was definitely fights that happened in that line and somebody was taking action on the fights. Ain't no way. Ain't no way that went smoothly when it first came out. I'm going to just go ahead and go with that one there. As far as her point about the nature of the charge and things of that nature, fair enough. How about the fact that where we are in 2026, we have to consider it a bonus when a MAGA influencer gets popped and we hear they were adults? That's where we're at. That's where Donald Trump has taken your brand. Congratulations. If Raul from the car shop gets popped in the sting, that's not the same as your local pastor or reverend. Now, is it? The point is that these people walk around all day pointing fingers and claiming to be the moral authority. And one thing we understand is that humans are fallible and these things, but for the grace of God go I. But that's something they refuse to acknowledge for the rest of us, which is why they get all of the smoke.
He was buying do that shit every day, all the time. Some of our government officials buy on a regular basis.
That was Matt Gaetz. That's your brand.
I'm more upset that, he was cheating on his wife. But then again, I don't know his wife. Not saying that cheating is good, but I'm just saying, I don't know his wife. Maybe he was struggling with depression. Maybe he had some things that he's been dealing with. Maybe things ain't going good at home. I don't know. He wasn't really technically paying her for sex. He was paying her to get the fuck away. He was paying her to leave.
Hey, Doc. Yeah. I heard it's a cure for depression downtown. Yeah, over on 3rd. I heard it's a cure for depression. $40. Yeah, I think they're still out there right now. Have there been any clinical trials on this?
Hell no!
How does the interaction change when you go in depressed? I'm just wondering. Like, are you just Can you not look the undercover in the eye? Is that what it is? Is that what she charged you $40 and you want to give her $80 for having to spend time with you? How does the depression, well, we need some clinical trials or something.
That's usually what is. It's men who pay women to leave after they have their time. Lord, I'm not making no excuses for this man. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh no, you made a bunch of them. You definitely made a bunch of them. But I caught all of them. I'm a regular Roy Campanella back here. I got you.
Which all I'm saying is, y'all, we gotta be honest. Now, we gotta be honest. It's selling right now. It's selling at the lowest bidder.
I didn't see that on the inflation report. They probably should send that to Fox Business because they would be interested in that. Anything that helps with the prices and things like that, they would love to put that out. Maybe that's what Byron was saying when he said he gave the economy an A. He knew something.
In many ways, it's selling. It's selling on apps. Unfortunately, some people don't understand that we got trafficking situations that's going on in our country. And it's crazy because you talk about politics, you know what's going on, and you know that Sheriff Grady Judd he's not that guy to play with.
Now, let's put a pin on the Grady Judd of it all and him not being that guy, because he is a bit of a social media sensation himself. But while we're here, Craig, ain't nobody that you can call to try and help you out of this? No, the MAGA's been real quiet. Who your boys? Tommy APAC Tatum's right-hand man, Craig Long, was just busted in Florida. APAC Tatum? No. Is this your man's? Officer Tatum, are you consorting with criminals? Is that what's happening? Well, did you know about the sting? What you mean you're not a real officer? Brandon Tatum's right-hand man, Craig Long, was just arrested. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd conducted a 6-day undercover sting. It resulted in 266 total arrests. Long, a Tampa's fitness trainer, TikTok creator, and self-described MAGA to the core, was highlighted by Sheriff Judd on May 1st. He contacted an undercover detective posing as an adult worker online. He arranged a meeting in Bartow, offering $100 for something quick. Arrived at the location and provided money. Something quick. Was that the depression? Is that what that was? He was arrested and charged with solicitation. He's married and has entered a not guilty plea through his attorney. This shows a lack of character and morals. He has a wife at home, but he can't keep it in his pants. This is the company Brandon Tatum keeps. I told you before, Americans are removing whatever moral authority these people think they were given. You got that right. And they even included a screenshot of you pushing a movie all about trafficking. They sure enough did. Now, about this not guilty verdict, how does that work? Is it, you going with it was AI or? Now, Officer Tatum, did you platform this man? This was you?
A high-value man also understands personal responsibility. These people out here that claim to be high-value men, if you listen to them, they always play the blame game on people. That's one of the greatest attributes of being a high-value man is personal responsibility. They even take responsibility in things that clearly most people would say that wasn't your fault. But it's another level of leadership. It's taking full responsibility. It's a different way of living. So I just wanted to add that in there, man. I mean, we can go deeper later.
What you say?
You got to pay the cost to be the boss.
Got to pay the cost, bro. There ain't time for no excuses if you want to win. There ain't no time for excuses.
It ain't.
I got a question. When you talk about yourself as a high value man, was it a high value undercover? Would you say it was a high value what was the prices and whatnot? Okay. Because they don't take cards down there. You know what I mean? So if you going with high value, you know, I don't think they haggle neither. So value ain't even in their vocabulary. It wasn't just Craig Long. Ryan Yates was also picked up. Oh, yes, that is correct. What would this kind of scandal be without a good old-fashioned J6er? Yates pleaded guilty back in February 2024 to breaching the U.S. Capitol on January 6. He was sentenced to 6 months in prison and 2 years of supervised release for his actions, but records show he was released from prison in January 2025 when Donald Trump signed blanket pardons on his first day in office. Well, we're not giving him a blanket pardon, Judd said during Friday's press conference. He got away with it in the federal system, but not here. He came here to violate the law. We arrested him. He didn't resist us like he did the Capitol Police. He knew better. Oh, there is so much to unpack here. That was a purpose pitch right at the president and a deserved one. Very much deserved. Remember that point about we were removing whatever moral authority they claim to have? 7 J6ers have been charged with these kinds of crimes, 6 of them against children. After looking into Brandon Tatum's right-hand man, Craig Long, I ran across the J6er Ryan Yates. Hey, Brandon Tatum. You're gonna have to scrub all that off. You and all these mentions. Yes, I think all 125 of them. How many of these J6ers are crapping on the J6er name? There are some fine men that rep this group and some I know really well. This is what I found. Your disgust with the number of pardoned J6ers being picked up for these kinds of crimes is that they're sullying the name of the J's. You know what? Even they embarrassed. That's all I can. Even they embarrassed. I'm just going to leave that. That's nasty work. It really is. And granted, it's not like you have to be a pardoned J6er, long as you got a red hat.
Flashback.
Gas at $3.20 and diesel at $4. Protecting PDFs is getting expensive. Ah, yes, I remember when I posted that. That was nary a week ago, and that price has already gone up. But I'm here to talk about the second part of that. We interrupt this video with a very special message. Another one. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, man. I just started doing the video and you popped another one from the time I sat down here? Former Midlothian ISD substitute teacher Madison Page Jones, who wore a Trump hat at her wedding, was indicted on 19 child charges. Now you had me at wore a Trump hat at her wedding. He know he been to 3 of them things, right? Hey man, I don't think she was serious if she wore a Trump hat at the wedding. She wasn't for real. And yet here we are again.
The sheriff in Polk County, Florida, had himself a sting where he nabbed hundreds of people. And he is, well, a character. And while I don't agree with some of his methods, tactics, and the things he says, some of the people he nabbed, well, are worth talking about. Let's talk about this one, a J6 rioter.
Pay attention to Ryan Yates. He was arrested in the January 6th Capitol riot. He entered the building illegally. He pushed against and battered police officers trying to get into the rotunda. He was sentenced to 6 months in prison and then 3 months home detention and then 2 years supervised release. He says he's unemployed, and then he got a blanket pardon from President Trump. Well, we're not giving him a blanket pardon. Are we pardoning him? No, sir. I didn't think so. Yeah, he got away with it with the federal system, but not here. He came here to violate the law. We arrested him. The state attorney is going to make sure that he's prosecuted. And think about this. He didn't resist us like he did the Capitol Police. He knew better.
A MAGA person soliciting somebody for... No. What? MAGA people are godly Christian people. But then that doesn't help me explain this next one.
Craig Long we arrested. He's 41. Some of you may recognize him. He's an influencer. He also owns Craig Long Fitness in Tampa. He was seeking the services of a prostitute. Did I tell you that he's married? That he's got 125 followers on Instagram, 568 followers on TikTok? Well, I'm going to give him some content for his social media today.
So if you go over to Craig's social media, he hasn't made any videos since the 21st of April. He was arrested on the 22nd. But the Polk County Sheriff goes on to list Craig's entire criminal history. This dude doesn't care if you're MAGA. He doesn't care if you're a Democrat. He just cares that if you break the law in his county, he's going to make sure you stay in jail. It's just funny, though, that two prominent people in the MAGA sphere, the group of people who claim to be more pious and moral than everybody else, are getting caught up in stings. I guess it's not really that shocking anymore now, is it?
Now, something is really interesting about all of this. It's the fact that this is a red state. This is Ron DeSantis's state. The guy who tripped over the lifts in his boots to run and try and further gerrymander Florida to help the GOP, out here throwing a purpose pitch at the president and his blanket pardons of the J6ers and locking up people that was kicking it with him and Don Jr. just weeks ago. That's interesting. Now, I do appreciate the integrity of it all. I've just had that completely erased from my mind during this time in this administration, that even still exists at this point. So I'm wondering what that might have all been about. Grady Judd. Now I did a little digging.
In Polk County, Florida's Sheriff Grady Judd has become a TikTok sensation, known for his tough-on-crime persona and viral videos. Yet behind the polished social media presence lies a disturbing story that Sheriff Judd refuses to address. Taylor Cato, now 21, was adopted at the age of 8 by Henry Cato and his wife after spending years in foster care due to her parents' struggles with addiction and instability. What seemed like a dream home quickly turned into a nightmare when Henry began physically assaulting her. According to Mother Jones, in 2016, Taylor confided in an adult at her church who reported the abuse to police. Detective Melissa Turnage of the Polk County Sheriff's Office was assigned to the case, but failed Taylor in unimaginable ways. Turnage dismissed Taylor's allegations and pressured her to recant, showing more concern for the abuser than the victim. Taylor's interviews were harsh and accusatory, with Turnage even guilt-tripping her about the potential consequences for Henry. Meanwhile, Henry's interviews were brief and sympathetic, with Officer Turnage suggesting that Taylor might have just made up the entire thing. Rather than supporting Taylor, Officer Turnage accused her of lying, charged her with filing a false report, and forced her to complete community service and write apology letters to both her abuser and the police. Sadly, Detective Turnage's mishandling of cases didn't even start there. In another instance, she delayed acting on a report of serious to go on vacation. During the investigation into Taylor's case, she also ignored a chilling admission from Henry, who admitted to daydreaming about Taylor. Despite these failures, in the present day, Turnage is currently on track for a promotion to become sergeant. After Taylor was charged, she was sent back to live with Henry, who felt emboldened and assaulted her once again. Realizing that no one would protect her, Taylor took matters into her own hands. In 2017, she documented the abuse with photos and videos providing irrefutable evidence. This time, Henry was arrested, pleaded no contest, and was sentenced to 17 years in prison. Taylor's original charge was dismissed, but the trauma and mistrust for the system remain. Taylor's case is not an isolated incident either. Rachel DeLeon, a journalist featured in Netflix documentary Victim, Suspect, has highlighted numerous stories of SA survivors being criminalized by law enforcement. Thanks to DeLeon's reporting, Taylor's story has drawn widespread outrage and demands for accountability. Despite public outcry, Sheriff Judd has remained silent, continuing to post social media videos on various topics while ignoring calls for an apology and accountability. Taylor, now a mother of two, is determined to fight for change, vowing to prevent others from enduring the same pain she did. The Polk County Sheriff's Office has not responded to multiple requests for comment. For Taylor, the betrayal by the authorities who were supposed to protect her has left her with a lasting scar.
Now, isn't that interesting? Isn't that? Grady, this... Come on. Oh, no, it's way more.
Polk County Sheriff's Department needs to be investigated. Part 2. So I did this video before where I shed light on the situation between Gideon and the Polk County Sheriff's Office, in which I showed Gideon trying to catch a working with the cops to do so, and instead of working with them, the cops say the N-word in his face, hard ER, and then threaten to arrest him and his cameraman, protecting the... Now this story apparently resonated with a lot of Polk County residents who bravely shared their stories in my comment section. I'm gonna read them off for you guys. The first one says, as a personal Polk County resident since birth, when I reported my SCA, child, to the police, the cops bragged about arresting my brother for trespassing, then proceeded to say my situation was not bad and released details of other CSA cases he worked on who he thought were worse than mine. And my cousin had started when I was just 7 to 8 years old. Disgusting. Another person says Polk County is a joke. When I was 8 years old, my mom called the cops on my friend's quote-unquote dad because he was basically her to men in her house. They came and asked the dad, and I quote, "Are you your daughter?" He moved her, and I never saw her again. Another person said, Polk County got no body cams and did me dirty. Got a legal Glock took from me and never got it back. Bartow police never let me get it back, even when I had bills of sales and the original Glock box. Polk County Sheriff's Office needs to be investigated.
That's right. That was part 2. There was enough there for a multi-part series. So let me get this straight. So Grady, you are a big TikTok star. He's a big TikTok star. And you just went and... Was this a collab? Is that what this is about? Was this a collab? Is this some sort of arrangement gone wrong or something? What happened?
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal.
Let me find out you caught him shooting in your neck of the woods and didn't get the proper clearance. Is that what this about? He's not going to come off Grady Judd followers. I can tell you that right now. He not coming off. Nuh-uh. Not if he didn't ask first. Now, Craig, was you working with Goldie? Is that who you, was it Goldie? Was it Willie Green? You was working with, was it Willie Green? Was it Dolomite? Was it Willie Dynamite? Oh, was it Fat Black? Or Fruit Juice? It was Fruit Juice? He be across 110th Street. Was it Silky Johnson? Was you working with Buck Nasty? Ashy Larry. I knew it.